Good morning. Welcome to Dreaming of an Eccles Homestead. This is not going to be a gardening video or a canning video. It's going to be a chat video. Right now I'm sitting outside of a school, not my daughter's school because she's homeschooled, but a school where she is auditioning for a choir. And I was just thinking about something. Sitting here, I was thinking about the video I watched yesterday that Jess from Roots and Refuge put out. And I'll link the video in the description. She talked about how the AI algorithm affected her making cinnamon rolls. And I was just thinking about how we recently, not even 2 full months, have a pet rabbit. We acquired a pet rabbit. And to care for that rabbit, I've had to do a lot of this is safe, this is not safe reading. And some of it is contradictory. And I went back and I looked at some of the articles that I read, and I looked at it and noticed some inconsistencies, some sentence structure inconsistencies. And then I just put that down to the writer not being able to create sentence structures for the American Standard. And then I read a little bit more and I saw proper sentence structures and improper sentence structures. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is sometimes the sentences just didn't make sense. They had a bunch of verbs strung together or a bunch of nouns strung together. No commas, no ands, no ors, no buts, no neither nors. It was a little weird. And I'll give an example. One article I read said, under no circumstances give bunnies bananas. And underneath that article, it said that bananas and other stone fruit are harmful to bunnies. Banana is not a stone fruit, not that I know of. Peaches, nectarines, plums, those are stone fruit, not bananas. So I had already told my children, don't give bananas to the bunny because it's dangerous. I go to PetSmart yesterday to pick up some food for the bunny. And right there in the section for bunny foods is freeze-dried banana chips for bunnies. And so I was like, I thought I read an article that said that it was dangerous for bunnies to eat bananas. And so I went back home. I didn't buy it. But I went back home and I did some more research, and I had just watched Roots and Refuge video. I just watched Jess's video. And so I was like, I wonder if that was an AI suggestion. And so I went back and I looked at some other things that I had read about what we can and can't give to the pet rabbit. Because for the most part, he's been eating hay and fresh produce from the garden. And I didn't want to give him anything from the garden that he wouldn't eat if he was wild in nature. So I had to be careful and point out, like, marjoram is in the oregano family. Okay? And It says, yes, you can give bunnies oregano. No, you cannot give bunnies marjoram. Went back and looked to see why, what would, I was just skimming to make sure that my kids didn't give the bunny something that would kill the bunny. What I discovered is there is a site that's supposedly by a woman who owns a bunny. They're not a site. It's a blog. I guess it's a site. It's a blog. And what I think is happening is that the algorithm is pushing her site. I don't know if she's AI. I can't say that she is. I can't say she's not. I don't know. What I do know is the algorithm is pushing her site to the top of every bunny research that I do. So what I have to do now is go beyond her site. I go to vetmed.com to see if what she's saying is true, and there is a lot. So even if it's dangerous for her bunny, doesn't mean it's dangerous for my bunny. And I can't trust what the algorithm is pushing through. I can't trust what the algorithm is telling me is the best source of information for our pet bunny. And I'm saying all this to say that when you're doing your research, because I do a lot of research, especially for medicinal uses for plants. I do a lot of research for that. When you're doing your research, don't just choose what one site has to say. And if the first 4 sites says the exact same thing word for word, keep going. Because I've run into that issue many times. And it just never dawned on me that it might be AI written. That it might be somebody who put in a query to an AI to have them create a document that would show up as the top information for herbal remedies, for herbal uses for certain plants, for medicinal uses for certain plants. You just don't know. I don't know. So now I have to do better research. I have hard copy books. So I have to do better research on my hard copy books. And the police just drove past me, guys. I said I'm sitting outside of a school. I have every right to be here. I have to do further research. I'm going to have to spend time in hard copy books that are in the library, because 9 times out of 10 I won't be able to afford the paperback, the paper copies, the written copies right now. But I have no problem writing down the information I need as Jess suggested, or like I used to do when I was in college and I couldn't afford the math book. I would go to the library, the college campus library, and I would check out the resource book for that class, the math book for that class. And I would copy the assignments for the month and turn the book back in, because you couldn't take it out of the library. It was a way to do what I needed done and be able to stay in the classes that I needed without paying $700, I think, for the price of the book back then. It's probably $2,000 now. I don't know. But that's just a little food for thought. Go beyond what the algorithm puts at the top of your search engine, because you never know if it's AI, or you never know if the algorithm is pushing somebody who is giving inconsistent information. do your research a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. I think there's a song. Yeah, there is. Dig a little deeper. I don't know. Anyway, dig a little deeper. You guys have a blessed day. And thank you for staying and listening. My name is Marjorie at Dreaming of an Eccles House. My name is Marjorie at Dreaming of an Eccles Homestead. You guys have a blessed day. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell.